Hey everyone, my name is Jake. Welcome to Spirit Guide Chat. Here for another weekly reading for this week. Today, I'm first of all, before I even go into what about today's video, I just want to say thank you so much for the comments, the likes, the subscriptions. If you have not subscribed, please do. Please continue with the lovely comments. I appreciate that I can help individuals out there. Of course, I'm trying to build this community, so any help with the likes and subscriptions would be very helpful. Today, I am going to focus on the US because there's a lot of things going on with there's always a lot of things going on under this administration, but there's also upcoming elections that I want to look at too. So I'm sure if there's people watching that they may be interested in what the cards have to say in regards to that. So without further ado, let's get started. Today, the first question that's been on the biggest topic, that's one of the biggest topics, is the $230 million that Donald Trump is asking the DOJ to pay in damages from the probes that, like the FBI probe, things like a special counsel probe. So this is kind of interesting because, okay, people have an ability to ask the government. They have to fill out some kind of legal paperwork and submit to the government about damages from the government. But usually, you have to sue the actual people to get the damages. The government doesn't necessarily shell out personally damages. And on top of this, there's a huge, I don't have to really say this, but a huge conflict of interest for, the president asking members of his administration to basically give him the money, also taxpayer money. Where we talk about especially the Republicans about the debt. It's not even really a Republican thing. We should all worry about the debt with our government. And I'm sorry. I need to put this on Do Not Disturb. My apologies. You know what's funny? I thought about that before I started, and I'm like, I never get any Teams messages during this. Sure enough, it happened. Anyways, so I am asking the $230 million if the DOJ, the Department of Justice, will pay Donald Trump this $230 million. Will the DOJ Spirit approve this payout of the $230 million to Donald Trump? By the way, he does say that claim, allegedly, he's going to give this money to charity. I think E.G. Carroll is waiting on her payout, so maybe he should just pay it out to her, make the check out to her, right? Okay. First, he is looking at the past, about happy memories in the past, probably when he wasn't so filled with lawsuits. This is crossed by the Wheel of Fortune. Again, when we're crossing tarot cards, we're reading them typically in the reverse. This is going to bring him bad luck. If this is going to get paid out, it already is giving a negative blowback from people, by Americans, the world. The moon cards in the past, things coming out from the surface. There is definitely a collaboration with the Three of Cups and the Foundation. He is talking with, individuals in his administration. This is the World cards crowning this reading. This is definitely a completion of a cycle. Here's the government in the near future. It is going to be coming. I don't think they're going to be spending a long time on deciding this. Definitely looking for this investment with the Seven of Pentacles. From the outside, this is the Trump administration definitely putting up the guardrails with this Nine of Wands against the backlash that they are already anticipating. The fear that there is a fear that they won't do this, the hangman here, depending on the blowback, because there are Republicans too that are against this because obviously elections are coming up, the midterms next year. We're almost to a year out for the midterms election, so they're worried about this blowback. And definitely yes with the Three of Wands or Two of Wands, excuse me. So it's not a surprise that they're going to approve this. However, I do want to do a follow-up question and find out the impact of this payout is going to have with the voters come the midterm. Well, in general, let's just do in general. Spirits, I want to know what the impact if the Department of Justice does this $230 million payout to President Trump. What will show me the impact it will have on the American people? How will they feel? What's the impact that it will have? Especially, let's Spirit. Let's look at particularly the voters. This is funny, and I just shuffled the cards. I get right away the Six of Cups. People are going to be thinking about times when things were better, right? People are already thinking about that. That's not. This is talking about present, so that's not surprising. The Eight of Swords, people, this is going to be viewed very negatively. A lot of people are going to be voicing negatively on this. The Sun card's in the recent past, so the light's being. This is part of the process with this administration of the light being shown on what they are really doing, out there. The Seven of Pentacles, the foundation of this reading. People are looking at what the long-term impact this is going to be on them. Crowning this reading is the Magician. There are some people that are going to be taking action against the administration who hadn't thought about it before, and this really gets them mad. The government currently is in a shutdown, but yet we're shelling out $230 million. The Four of Pentacles. People are really worried about the country saving its money, not paying out all this money. Not surprising the devil shows up next in the reading. And people from the outside are looking like, where's my cut of that $230 million? I deserve that $230 million. Why aren't the government paying me out? Why are they paying the president? This is definitely going to be a crossroads for the country with the Two of Swords or with the voters. And there are definitely going to be collaborations going on with this Magician crowning this reading. They're going to be working together. People are going to be rallying around this even more. You saw the No Kings protest this past weekend, and everybody was safe, like I predicted. Of course, there were Republicans saying that it was, one way when it really was not. It was actually a great event altogether. I think when I said about the false flag stuff, we had those missiles in California, so that showed that went off over the freeway, which is ridiculous. But that's some of the things that was warned in that reading from last week. So going back, reeling this in, Jay. Going back to this question. So again, the Department of Justice is going to pay out this $230 million, and it's definitely going to have a negative impact. It's going to push more people that were supporters of Trump away. So, a good thing. But again, this is something that that is when I've even practiced, even before doing this YouTube channel, that I've seen that we have to go deeper down the hole in certain ways for more people to realize that. I know if you're watching this, you are probably um, already are just like me done with this administration, but we need other people to be supportive on the other side as well. From that side to get over till we have a strong push against this administration, against MAGA. Okay, so I wanted the next huge thing in regards to this administration is the demolition of the East Wing. And remember when he said it wasn't going to be touched, it was going to be separate from the building. Then it was, oh, we only need to renovate part of it so it would, fit with the ballroom, and now it's totally gone. So the first question I want to see if Donald Trump has broke the law, has the President Trump's administration broke the law by the demolition of the East Wing, and then go from there. All right. Spirit, did Donald Trump break the law in his administration in regards to the demolition of the East Wing of the White House? Okay. We have the temperance card here. People are wanting some balance in this in purpose and being sensible. It's being crossed by the King of Swords. Manipulation, misuse of power, which is what this is. In the past, it was the Two of Pentacles. They were weighing their options. I think they were kind of forewarning the president about the backlash with this. Here's the Lover's card on here. This is probably representing the American oligarchs that funded this ballroom, this monstrosity that's being built. Crowning this reading, there's this Ten of Swords. There's going to be some kind of painful endings. Maybe it's going to. We'll see. It could be a possible that this is going to be a deep wound. It's a very emotional thing because the White House is the people's house. The Page of Swords is coming in. It's already beginning right now. Social media, big backlash on this, especially among the youth. There is going to be action taken with the Magician card. From the outside, this is showing the misuse of a gross misuse of wealth by these donors and whatnot that's funding this ballroom. The Knight of Pentacles is the hope and fears. They're hoping this is going to be an efficient process. Probably not. And this is the manipulation, the long-term view. They've been planning to do this for a while now with the Seven of Pentacles. So, let me look at it to clarify because we've had a lot of guesses going into this. So there's going to be definitely regret and disappointment, and this is going to be some kind of legal action that's going to be happening, and that's actually what I was going to ask about. So I would say leading into this kind of answered more so about their plan, because from what they were saying, they would always ended up. The outcome card says it's technically a no. So let's just see if there's going to be legal action taken. Because that can be breaking the law, it could be maybe spirits interpreting the legal outcome from it. Will there be a lawsuit placed against stopping this East Wing, like an injunction or some kind of lawsuit? Excuse me. Oh, that's too many cards. I thought that was one. Ooh, that's a lot of cards. Let's see. this keeps on popping up, this Six of Cups. Wanting happy memories of the past. But this is going to be a lost opportunity, a bad investment. We'll see what exactly, what side Spirit's talking about. Page of Wands is in the past. This is dealing with the Trump administration's view of their billing this as limitless potential. There is going to be a lot of strength to pursue this legal outcome. There is going to be disappointment crowning this reading. There is going to be the Six of Swords moving away, leaving behind. However, the Sun cards comes in, shining a light on the truth of what's going on. There is going to be a judgment. That's a good sign. There is progress right now in the hope and fear. And yes, with the Ace of Cups, very strong yes in regards to the lawsuit of this betrayal. The Two of Cups, that there was some kind of deal with the oligarchs and whatnot. That's going to be uncovered too. So there is going to be my next follow-up question is whether it's actually will end up getting built. Because in a lawsuit, there can be multiple things. They might not say that he broke the law in regards to the demolition of this. They may say there's other aspects that he broke the law about. So we'll see about how that lawsuit goes out. Let's see if this ballroom is going to be actually built. Will this ballroom be built? Will Donald Trump finish this ballroom? Well, not say, let's Spirit, let me scratch that, say, not just Donald Trump, just in general. Will this ballroom be built, this new ballroom? Will it be completed? I should say, completed. Will this be completed this fall? There's a lot of heartbreak with Three of Swords, not surprising. This is being crossed by the Four of Wands. So, this is a personal celebration. This is Trump's stamp on the White House, his legacy he wants to build. This was, like I said, this was planned for a while now. In the past, the Nine of Wands, he was very persistent in building this, wanting to build this. The Fool cards is the basis of this reading. This is definitely a new beginning in regards to the White House. This thing being done to the White House. There was temperance people want in the balance in regards to this situation. The Lover's card is in the near future. The Knight of Swords. This is the Swords cards coming is definitely an indicator of legal things that are coming into place. The Queen of Pentacles, providing things financially. The Seven of Cups is illusions and delusions, and the hopes and fears. There is going to be, right now it's up in the air in regards to whether it's going to be built or not. The Four of Swords is a retreat, solitude. I think this Knight of Swords about the legal stuff, that has to go through first. So it's going to be dependent on the legal things coming up that's going to determine whether it's going to get built or not. So I want to move on with timing. I want to go over some of the big things that are going to be coming up with these elections in a couple weeks. First thing I want to ask is in regards to Prop 50 in California. This is the referendum that has been placed to remove the nonpartisan committee to draw to redistrict. They have a nonpartisan committee in California to redistrict and draw congressional lines. This would remove that and allow the state legislature to create and redistrict going forward. This is in response to, if you remember from Texas a few months ago, in the middle of this 10-year period that's usually done, redistricting is done, they decided we're going to add more seats for Republicans. So California is doing this to add more seats for Democrats. So will Prop 50 pass in California, Spirit? Will Prop 50 pass in California? Okay. Right now, the King of Pentacles, there's a lot of money being put in on both sides, really, to get each side pass. The Tower card crosses this. When it's reversed, is usually saying that there's sometime this is averting a disaster. So this Prop 50 passing this, I asked if this is going to pass. It's trying to avert disaster with this redistricting. The Queen of Pentacles is in the path, providing, being nurturing. There is a lot of contemplation in the foundation of this about what this will effectively do with the Four of Cups. The Queen of Wands, there is much confidence in regards to the passage of this. And there's been a lot of hard work with the Eight of Pentacles, the Apprentice card. Page of Wands, there's a lot of talk in support of this in social media. There is, from the outside, there's a lot of positivity in regards to this Four of Wands. The Hopes and Fears, the Strength card. Yeah, these are very strong cards. Six of Wands is celebration and victory. So yes, these are very strong cards across the board about passing Prop 50. So that is some good news for fighting with Texas, at least. I don't recall if any other state, I know there's states talking about it. I live in Indiana, so they are, and they don't have enough votes, which is surprising because it's very MAGA state. And I have a MAGA governor. So here we have, I should say we have a MAGA governor here. I do not personally have a governor. So first race I want to look at is New Jersey with the governor's races, New Jersey and Virginia. We have Mikey Sherrill, and Ciattarelli. I'm sorry if I'm butchering their names, but let's see if the Democrat Mikey Sherrill Shrill of New Jersey, she ended up winning the governor's race. Will Mikey, the Democratic candidate, will she win the New Jersey governor's race? This is the Ten of Cups. That's my voter card. So, and it's also a yes card. That's a pretty strong indicator of Democratic voters coming out. But let's see for sure the full spread here. This is a race that's been already been, if you've been following, it is a hard race. There's a lot of hard work that she's been putting in with the Ten of Wands. New Jersey has gone flip-flop between Democrats and Republicans in regards to the governor's house. This is the Seven of Cups crossing this. There's also, this is a lot of things are going on in regards to this race. She's fighting a lot of attacks and things like that. So it's been a lot of work. The Nine of Cups is in the past. There is a lot of contentment and stability in the state right now. The Moon card is things coming up from the surface. The Two of Pentacles is on the top, balancing different multiple priorities. The Nine of Pentacles is in the near future in regards to, the Nine of Pentacles is fruits of labor. I think that this election is going to deal with a lot of the financial stability people were wanting. I think the election results are going to be coming fast. It's going to be very clear in the Eight of Wands. The King of Swords, people are going to be using their head over their heart. They're going to really look at the policies at whatnot. The Eight of Swords, she is having a lot of negative memories. And then there is going to be a lot of tension and strifes with the Five of Wands. So it's going to be, even though the results are coming up, I think it's going to be closer than it is. So there's going to be some disappointment. That doesn't mean she's going to lose, but there is going to be manifestation, long-term success. Ace of Pentacles in the Chariot. So I'm thinking with these strong cards coming in after this disappointment goes along with this Five of Swords or Five of Wands. I think she's going to be disappointed because it's going to be closer than she thought it was going to be, or she wanted it to be, and I think she is going to end up winning. The results are going to come out fast, but it's going to be closer than she would like it to be. So there's New Jersey. So we're going to move on to Virginia with Abigail Spanberger versus the Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears. If you're not following Abigail, Spanberger is the Democrat nominee. The Lieutenant Governor, Winsome Earl Sears, is the Republican. Currently, Virginia has a Republican governor. I say that because Virginia is one of those states that does elections separately for Lieutenant Governor and Governor. They don't run on the same ticket. All right. Spirit, I'm asking you about if Abigail Spanberger, will she win the upcoming election, and be the next governor of Virginia? Abigail Spanberger, will she win this upcoming election for Virginia governor? Ooh, two cards coming up. Well, these are very good cards here. The King of Pentacles and the Fool card. They're also both yes cards. The Fool being new beginnings. And the stability with the King of Pentacles. Virginia is also a state with a lot of federal workers. So, let's see here. Abigail Spanberger. Here's a happy surprise with the Page of Cups crossed by the Two of Swords. There is, with the Virginia race, one of the major trip-ups with this is the Democrat nominee for Attorney General, Jay Jones. He had this controversy over the text messages a few years ago that are being revealed today, that he told a colleague that he wanted to kill the Speaker and his kids who were on the Republican side for the legislature. He supposedly was joking, but he did apologize and whatnot, but it's affecting down ballot candidates, including the governor. So this is the part where I think the voters are trying to weigh in whether or to make the right choice for a governor. This is the Two of Cups in the past. Really, there has been some unifying. Abigail, from the beginning, had strong support from Democrats. Again, this is going to be I think these results in the governorship races are going to be quick. They'll know the winner pretty quickly. Eight of Wands, Star card, prong in the reading, very good. Hope, calm, faith. Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities, manifestation. King of Cups is coming in with Abigail's viewed as the more emotionally balanced, having the compassion. Again, Nine of Pentacles. People are wanting the piece of the pie. They're wanting to have more financial stability. Here's that Ten of Cups, the voters coming together, and there's the then here comes things coming up um, from the Moon card coming in. So I'm going to use the base because that's not very clear. Even though it's a no, I like the last one is a no, but that doesn't mean anything. Here's the Magician card coming in, the Queen of Swords, um, Three of Wands, the preparation, progress, the Knight of Wands, or yes, the Knight of Wands. So there are very strong yes cards coming in here. And whatnot. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm going to verify these last two because I think the Moon card is a lot of people fear and anxiety over that hoping that she's going to win. I feel with both the Democratic candidates, they're going to win, but I'm going to get some clarity from my dowsing rods from my spirit team, and I'm just going to do uh, show the audience what yes and no, just so to make sure you guys can understand. Spirit guides, are you there? And this is a yes. So let me start with this. Can you show me a yes, spirit guides? So this is a yes. Can you show me a no, please? Okay. Can you get some clarity on these races for us? Okay. Let's first go with Mikey Sherrill from New Jersey, the Democratic candidate. Will she end up winning the election? And that's a very strong yes. Is those, and I can't remember off the top of my head, my mind went blank. The negative outcome card, is that because it's going to be closer than what was expected? And that's a yes. That's a yes, and it's a very strong yes. That now with Virginia, will Abigail Spanberger be the next governor? Whoa, I almost lost my rod. That was a big, strong yes. So the yes was very strong. So is that going to be she's going to win much larger money points? Look at it. I'm not even touching. I was just it's leaning against my fingers right on the opposite end of my hand because one is so. Is the Moon card because people are worried because of that Jay Jones controversy with down ballot Democrats? Yeah. So that's a huge yes. Um, yeah. So that's why there's some negativity in here messing things up because there's two different things in both the races. However, Abigail will win much larger, be the much stronger win, but a win is a win, right? Okay. The last where are we in time? Okay. The last question I'm going to ask before we do our general message for you all out there is the New York City mayoral race. Right now, we have the main candidates that we're going to be focusing on is Cuomo, the former governor, and Zoran Menzahi, Mendahi. Why am I saying mispronouncing? Oh my gosh. Can't read my own writing. And I know this race. I've been following this race as well. I'm not gonna lie, I am a political junkie. I have political science background, so I do enjoy following races. I know this is not everyone's cup of tea, but it is mine since I've been young. So I do follow. But let's look spirit at New York City race. Mendahi versus Cuomo. Was will Mendahi win the mayoral race and be the next mayor of New York City? Okay. Contentment, stability is in the present, being crossed by the Two of Cups. So there's some distrust towards Mendahi. This is not surprising considering the Democrat establishment have kind of not fully put their support behind him. Not everyone. This is in the recent past, him doing the surprise win with his fruits of labor. This is going to be this race has been a very win at all costs kind of race with the Five of Swords. Queen of Pentacles is in crowning this reading. Again, people are looking at financial stability. They're looking at their wallets. The Hierophant is the next card that we see of government and religion. From the outside, there is a lot of financial security that people see with Mendahi. There is the hopes and fears. He is definitely the apprentice. He's the new kid on the block. Even though he was state legislator, he is the new kid on the block. And this is a very strong yes card with the Page of Cups. This is going to be a painful ending, and this is not for Mendahi. This is for the Democratic establishment. I think it's going to be a reevaluation with the Democrats on this. Again, the Sun card. And this is again, this is what I'm feeling as the Democrat establishment feel anxiety over this win because people feel him as super liberal. But anyways, this is going to help the Democrats in the long run because it's going to create some new ideas and a turn of events. The problem with this Democratic establishment is that there's a lot of old blood in there. And it's nothing about age, it's about people with the old way of thinking. Things have been changing rapidly, and Mendahi has some innovative ideas. And it doesn't mean that the establishment has to take on all the ideas, but they need to make some of them hit their own in order to garner more people to come over to the Democrat side. And this is showing that people are drawn to some of these ideas. So, with that being said, let's do a general reading for everyone, and we'll be done for this week. Okay. I will come back next week, even though, no, Halloween's on Friday, so the day before Halloween. Yeah. October 30th, I'll be here next Thursday, hosting a reading. As always, if you would like me to ask something specific, feel free to leave that in the comment. Please no personal questions. And also, this video is for entertainment purposes only. So take what you want, leave what you want. And again, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate all your support. Okay, general message, Spirit, for, man, the sunlight just really went behind the clouds here. Spirit, let's have a message that's going to best benefit everyone for this week. What message do you have for the viewers that will benefit everyone? Working together with the Two of Cups, unity, partnerships, being crossed by the Three of Wands, playing it small, obstacle for long term. I think this is something that has came to mind for a little while now, and I kind of alluded to earlier on. We have to come together. We have to forgive people from the other side as they are waking up from a lot of things that they'll realize. Like I said, with this $230 million payout, people are going to start waking up. We cannot cancel people out for the way they voted and whatnot, or the way they may have acted when they come to realize. One of the biggest things in this universe is, besides love, is forgiveness. And forgiveness is also for ourselves and also for healing to move forward. Because this era will end at one time. I'm talking about this Trump era. So we have to make sure that we have the room for forgiveness. It may not be right now, but eventually, in order for us to move forward and to end this era, we need to have some forgiveness. In the past, we have the King of Cups. This is kind of going to what I was just saying, that we had tolerance and empathy in the past, and we need to have that again. And it's been really hard when we feel that we've been treated so bad to have that towards other people. But I'm telling you, it's going to help you in the future. The Ace of Pentacles is in the foundation of this reading. There is a lot of abundance and opportunities to grow, not only financially, but also spiritually. The Star card, hope, crowns this reading. Hope and faith in that good will come again. The Hanged Man is in the near future. There's going to be, this is a part of, again, this so far is going about forgiving individuals and coming together. This is also the Hanged Man, besides a pause of this separation that's been going on, but also letting go of some of the things that already happened. Okay? This is going again. The Six of Swords, this transition from troubled waters we're going to be heading into soon. There is going to be a lot of regret. There's going to be disappointment from the outside. Like I said, there's going to be in it. There's probably things that were said on either end, either side, that we're going to have to let go. Because again, the Emperor, that's my trump card. That's the thing that's influencing the separation. In the end, the outcome card is this Knight of Cups. This is what's going to bring the cup of renewal, the cup of proposal. This Knight of Shining Armors to us is that healing process. But I'm going to read the bottom card because this is the painful endings. Once this is over, this era, it's going to be painful, this reconciliation, but it's necessary. We're going to have to use our head over heart, and this will lead to long-term success with the Ten of Pentacles. With that, I appreciate everybody watching. Again, thank you all. I appreciate the comments and the subscriptions. So with that, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.